Grieg's masterpieces. The famed Art Nouveau artist Alphonse Mucha found his muse in Bernhardt, creating a series of mesmerizing posters. His first poster of her for Gismonda catapulted him to fame, and their collaboration continued for years, each work a testament to their shared brilliance. In 1882, at the age of 38, or perhaps 41, for her age was as enigmatic as her persona, Bernhardt married Aristides Damala, a Greek aristocrat and military officer. Known on stage as Jacques Damala, at Bernhardt's behest, he was a dismal actor, his talent overshadowed by a scandalous romantic history and an unwavering ruthlessness. A compulsive gambler and notorious womanizer, Damala was also openly anti-Semitic. Their union was fraught with challenges, not least of which was their interfaith status, he, Greek Orthodox, and she, a Jewish Roman Catholic. Despite his tepid enthusiasm for marriage, they eloped to a Protestant church in London. Maurice Bernhardt's son despised Damala, mockingly referring to him as Monsieur Sarah Bernhardt. Bram Stoker, upon meeting Damala, described him as possessing dead eyes and a white waxen face, later using him as the inspiration for Dracula. The marriage was a calamity. Damala flaunted his infidelities, once absconding to Monte Carlo with a mistress and squandering 80,000 francs in one night. One mistress abandoned their child on Bernhardt's doorstep, prompting her to threaten to have the child drowned in the Seine. A friend intervened, and the baby was adopted by a Greek family. Damala's opium addiction ravaged him, and he may have even supplied the drug to Bernhardt's sister, Jeanne. Eventually, Bernhardt expelled him, but years later, his addiction left him so debilitated that she took pity and nursed him until his untimely death in 1889 at 34. In mourning, Bernhardt wore black for a year and never renounced the hyphenated last name she shared with Damala. She sculpted a beautiful funerary bust of him, a poignant testament to her complex feelings. Shortly after Damala's demise, Bernhardt's mother and sister also passed away. These successive losses plunged her into profound grief and illness, from which she slowly recovered. Financially drained by Damala's profligacy, Bernhardt embarked on tours to restore her wealth. Meanwhile, Maurice had matured, always remaining close to his mother, who had lavished him with luxuries. Handsome, poised, and a superb horseman, Maurice, like his stepfather, became an inveterate gambler. Bernhardt frequently rescued him from his debts, remarking, "All I expect from Maurice is to be well dressed." He eventually married and had children, and Bernhardt embraced her role as a doting grandmother. Thus, Sarah Bernhardt's life unfolded as a tapestry of triumphs and tribulations, each thread woven with the drama and artistry that defined her indomitable spirit. There is only one known instance of her falling out with her beloved son, Maurice, the infamous Dreyfus affair, which cleaved France in two. The scandal ignited in December 1894 when Captain Alfred Dreyfus, a French military officer, was wrongfully convicted of treason, accused of divulging secrets to the German embassy in Paris. The accusation, steeped in anti-Semitism, led to a guilty verdict. Bernhardt, unwavering in her sense of justice, stood firmly behind Dreyfus, openly supporting Émile Zola's incendiary article, J'accuse. Her conviction only strengthened when evidence emerged in 1896 proving Dreyfus's innocence. Maurice, however, was a staunch anti-Dreyfusard, fervently pro-army. Their clash was fierce and fractious, resulting in Maurice, his wife, and their daughter fleeing to Monte Carlo, severing communication with Sarah for over a year. Although they eventually reconciled, the name Dreyfus remained a volatile subject, rekindling old disputes even a decade later when the mention of another Dreyfus, deceased, reignited their discord. In the twilight years of the 19th century, in 1898 or 1899, Bernhardt acquired the venerable Théâtre Lyrique, rechristening it the Théâtre Sarah Bernhardt. This theater became the epicenter of her artistic endeavors, where she produced and performed until her death. The theater endures, now known as the Théâtre de la Ville, a living monument to her legacy. Around this period, Bernhardt resolved to once again don the mantle of Hamlet, this time as the Danish prince himself. She revered Hamlet as the quintessence of tragedy, yet yearned to interpret him through her distinctive lens. She commissioned a prose adaptation that more faithfully adhered to Shakespeare's original text than contemporary renditions. Rejecting the image of Hamlet as an anguished adolescent, Bernhardt envisioned him as youthful, masculine,